Good morning, everybody. Welcome in. It's Laura and Kevin to do the weekly twin astrology forecast for the Twin Flame Collective for the week ahead. As you can tell, Kevin is quite fond of my work area, so I don't know if he's going to be a part of the whole video or not, but welcome in, everybody, to a brand new week of cosmic energies. We are in store for some very intense energy shifts. We have the full moon. It is a super moon in Capricorn, and so we're all kind of being asked to release the past once and for all. So I wore my elephant tank top today. I also wore my grandmother's ruby necklace, and so elephants were a big thing for my grandmother. My grandmother passed away. It is the 6-year anniversary of her passing today. And so the energies have been very thick and heavy for my own personal journey. And today we do have the sun forming a sextile to the north node at 19 degrees 22. So I feel many of us are mastering the lower ego, going through another layer of ego death. And I feel we're all being asked to see just how much we've changed on the journey and to be proud of how far we've kind of come. And I feel there are a lot of questions rising for many of us when it comes to the path moving forward. And I feel with Venus entering into Cancer at the end of the week, the energy is going to be very tender and emotional, especially when it comes to twin flame love. And the energy is going to be very touchy, a lot of flare-ups, I feel, for both of the counterparts in order to shift our perspectives, which I feel have been a little foggy, a little off lately. And so a lot of questions, I feel, coming up in the energies for the week ahead. And many may be faced with some worries about love when it comes to the intensity of the energies of the Capricorn full moon. And although the moon is in Sag right now, many of us are feeling the intensity of the energies. And so many of us are coming to terms with the fact that we're realizing we deserve better than what we've been receiving. And the universe is saying, yes, you're right. You do deserve better. And so get ready to face any issues below the surface when it comes to any inner wounding that has you stuck in this cycle of attracting all of these complications in your life, affirming that you're not enough. So I think when it comes to each individual situation arising in the energies, I think get ready to be shown something maybe you weren't quite aware of that's been holding you back from that 0 point alignment. And so I feel we're all being asked to look at where we've been taken advantage of in the past, where we've been misled, where we've been used, where we've been not loved, and to kind of go within to resolve those inner issues where we've been holding ourselves back, where maybe we've not been holding ourselves in a high enough regard from the inside out. And so I do feel there is a lot of unconscious wounding coming to the surface surrounding the feminine twin. And so I think this week is especially key for the divine feminine with this full moon. And it will be conjunct Pluto retrograde and in opposition to Lilith that is conjunct the sun. And so this is a very powerful supermoon. When we have a supermoon, it means that it's extra close to the earth, which makes this energy even that much more potent than a regular full moon. And so this is our second super moon. And so we're going through this very intensive collective reconfiguration, recalibration. And when we think of Capricorn, it does represent the father authority energy or the archetype masculine energy. And so there's a huge, large energy working within society with this full moon when it comes to recalibrating the feminine template. And this is collective energy. And so all of this began with that new moon in Cancer. And so this process has been very uncomfortable. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I've been in contact with many on the twin flame journey over the last several days. And it's been a very uncomfortable purging, whether it's physical purging, emotional purging, all of these old conflicts are coming up when it comes to these negative patterns. And so we're really going to want to keep ourselves in check in these energies, because there will be challenges ahead. And it is about staying in the here and now as we release all of this karmic residue, all of these karmic distortions between the masculine and the feminine counterparts in the 3D reality. And so we are here to rise like the phoenix, to rise above and to reach that state of harmony. So we're not going to want to be dragged back down into any conflicting energies this week, because it will affect our connection very negatively if we play into those shadow aspects. And so get ready to straighten things out. Get ready to course correct. With Saturn's influence in play, this really is going to be a very heavy week when it comes to love and any emotional baggage. And so we don't want to have this self-fulfilling prophecy of negativity, especially with Venus trining Saturn. And so perspectives when it comes to our home atmosphere, when it comes to love, passion, living in the now moment, and how to manifest our long-term future. So I kind of want to talk briefly about the Sun sextile North Node, because whenever the North Node comes forward in a transit, it is very karmic in nature, because the North Node is going to be in the 8th house of Taurus. And so the 8th house is all about transformation. Taurus is the Hierophant. It is commitments. It is material. And so I feel a lot of material upheaval. The North Node wants us to grow, and the North Node in Taurus. And so we kind of got to break down all of these false beliefs in that 8th house energy. And with the Sun in the 10th house, it's really illuminating our mission work, our purpose as well, because the 10th house is also career. It's our midhaven. And so I feel we're all being shown where we need to step into our karmic North Node in order to reach fulfillment. And the South Node is showing us what we need to release, and where our ego is refusing to do this soul growth. And so the ego does want us to do the work of the North Node in order to reach our ultimate fulfillment, but we kind of have to go into all of this uncomfortable energy to indicate where the ego has been holding us back. And so a lot of self-development, a lot of soul growth in the energies, and this is where we're being asked to align our conscious sense of self, which is the Sun energy, with our soul's mission, the North Node energy. And so get ready to tap into some newfound spiritual goals for the week ahead, especially as these two planets align. And with the Sun sextile North Node, this is all about lessons. And some of these lessons we are learning from our father wounding, pushing us through to our North Node. And so we kind of got to dig deep this week into any parental relationship issues in order to deal with any painful ties or memories from our childhood. And although this is very difficult to go into these childhood traumatic wounds, this is where we do that soul work, because we all have a childhood wound that has impacted our relationship cycles negatively as an adult. And so we have to dig into this pain in order to release all of these negative external circumstances. So I think get ready to be forced to see the truth of something you've not wanted to see at face value when it comes to your life purpose, your soul's mission. It's a very karmic energy. And so all of this karma is stemming around past life energy that needs to be cleared. And so I feel with the North Node in the 8th house, it's really going to show you where you've been very selfish, where you've been possessive with people, places, and things. And I feel in this lifetime, many with a Taurus North Node are being asked to release that materialistic life lens and to begin actually relating to others on a deep, intimate level. And so when we learn the true meaning of power, it really has nothing to do with what we own. We're not here to own, control, or, possess. We own nothing is a big thing. We come into this world with nothing, and we leave this world with nothing. And so in past lifetimes, with that Taurus North Node in the 8th house, I feel it's all of this accumulated wealth energy, and so many people get so attached to possessions, we forget how to actually live life without manipulation and control and, you know, holding on to money and possessions. And so the North Node in the 8th house is going to bring forward all kinds of karmic projections, I feel, in the energies. And I feel this can be very complex when it comes to interactions with other people in the energies today. Hidden assets, wills, estates, inheritances, legacies, all of those words came through when I was channeling that energy. And so I feel intense transformational experiences when it comes to this spiritual regeneration. It's the phoenix rising from the ashes, guys, and any fears or phobias surrounding death in past lifetimes are coming up to be addressed. And so this is how we really deeply understand ourselves and how we have used or misused our power in the past. And so with the North Node in the 8th house today, guys, that is also putting the South Node in the 2nd house of self-worth, self-value, which would be Scorpio. And so I think we're being asked to step into self-mastery on every level. The 8th house North Node, I think there's going to be a big exchange taking place when it comes to marriages and commitments and other complex interactions. When it comes to what it is you truly value. And I feel freeing ourselves from any rigidity. And so get ready to open yourself up to see the world in a new set of lens. Because it's not always about money, money, money. I think in order for us to really find true happiness, we need to explore true intimacy when it comes to choosing life partners. And so if you choose love based on money, and deeply entrenched value systems that are surrounding money, get ready for a situation of chaos to be created in your life, likely leading to material loss and a huge plunge into rock bottom in order to push you onto the transformational process. And so 8th house North Node is all about creating beneficial changes with people that you are connected with. And we're not here to do it through power struggles. We are here to embrace change in order to go into the depths of intimacy with others. And so get prepared to let something go, or for something to be quickly leaving your life in order for you to go deep into some shadow work if you really do want to experience that soulful soulmate relationship. And so we kind of are asked to go deep into the energies this week. So I feel the energy is going to be very heavy, but in essence, this truly is a gift from the universe. So what Saturn's doing in the energies this week, it's kind of helping us all refine. And it's this like future test when it comes to the twin flame connection. And it's all about getting our inner world in order to have our outer world align with our inner alignment. And so wouldn't you rather have true love than something that's not worthy of you, I think is the question. And so we're all being pushed to ensure that we are loving ourselves and holding up those very healthy boundaries. And so any resolution when it comes to childlike or childhood wounding is coming up to show you where you have been attracting less than you deserve when it comes to commitment and love. And so many of us, I feel, have been feeling a little bit lonely, a little bit disconnected from the journey. And I think this is where we've been asked to go over our love life in the past and to look at how we can improve everything moving forward. And so first and foremost, we have to show ourselves love if we want to receive that from somebody else. And so Saturn is all about commitment. And so I think we are opening up to deepening commitments and closeness with people that we are connecting with. And so if you're not in that energy, get ready to re-examine your life and to figure out where you're not open to this committed partnership. And with Venus trine Saturn, this is really going to bring this energy to the forefront, because Venus is all about love and relationships, and it is about commitment and loyalty. And so I feel the energy is a lot of karma in focus, and because Saturn truly is the ruler of karma. And so a lot of us are already married in the spiritual realms, on the soul planes. And so we have been together since the beginning of time. And so ultimately, there is never really any real separation on the journey. And so any karmic patterns from the past are coming up in order for us to release this fear of intimacy. And Saturn is showing up, asking us to resolve this once and for all when it comes to any negative past life bondage with an outside or karmic attachment that likely has been holding one of us back from the union process, which in my case is the divine masculine. And so Saturn is straightening things out, opening us up for this new future timeline. And with this super full moon in Capricorn on the 13th, which I find so divinely interesting, because my divine counterpart's 43rd birthday will be on the day of the full moon on July 13th, which is adding a lot of intense energy. And so get ready for this spotlight to shine down on all of these holdbacks in your life when it comes to all of these problems. And whatever happens this week is truly destined and meant to happen. So allow whatever is playing out in the energies to take place, because this is refocusing us when it comes to our manifesting capabilities and finally believing in love again. And so get ready to get a good hard kick in the ass from the universe this week. We cannot keep sitting on the sidelines and accepting things are the way they are. We're being pushed to take action. If you want your dreams to come true, you have to make that happen for yourself. You just can't sit on your butt and think things are going to change without doing the work. And so full moons are indicating a major ending. It is about a release. A full moon is a release. So there's going to be a big ending when it comes to these karmic relationships that were doomed from the beginning, in order for us to all change our approach moving forward. And so we're all being pushed to figure out what it is we truly value, how to love ourselves, and how to become a true match for the love that we desire. And so as long as we're in this chasing energy, it's always going to evade us. When you chase something, it's running away from you. And so when you stay still and you stay present and you attract, everything will come to you. And so all of these distorting dynamics are pushing the twins further apart. And until we believe that we deserve better and that we are worthy, we cannot call in that true match. And so I think we're all being tested this week when it comes to patience. And I know patience is a big lesson on the journey. And so when we appreciate ourselves, that's when we can attract our counterpart, and all of these delays and challenges can fade away. And so the Capricorn full moon is definitely going to be testing all of our patience this week, and I'm already feeling it. And with the square between Venus and Neptune, there's going to be conflict for sure this week, between how you wish your life is, how you wish your life was, and then flip into the spiritual side. And so it is going to be a very heavy energy when it comes to 3D life experiences this week. A very frustrating and heavy time. And we're going to do best not to be dragged down if we shift our perspective to that higher side. And so get ready to clear, get ready to purge, and to step into potential for these loving unions that we came here for. And so something major is coming up, I feel, when it comes to blocks that need to be dealt with, when it comes to this distorted programming that's been rooted in our consciousness when it comes to survival mode. And many of us have been sifting through this very clouded perspective recently with Venus Neptune in a square. We're feeling that all week, guys. So there's going to be challenges regarding perspective on love and romance, especially when it comes to the past. And so it can be a very confusing energy, but that is why we always go within. And when we focus on self-love and we have our foundation right, all of that fogginess can kind of be lifted and cleared. And so when we truly align to our truest selves, that's when we attract unity at like in an instant. And so the past is coming up for sure. The past has been coming up a lot for me over the last several days. There's been a lot of purging of emotions for myself the last couple of days. And so you're going to want to be easy on yourself. You're going to want to grasp the lessons coming forward, and you're definitely going to want to stay grounded, and you're going to want to believe that you truly deserve your highest. Okay, we're stepping into our highest potential this week is what I'm feeling. And so where have you been giving your power away? We need to ask ourselves that. Where have we been giving our power away? Because when we do, it depletes us. And so, so many of us get so entrenched in not wanting to be alone that we grasp at whatever breadcrumbs are offered to us. And I'm all done with that breadcrumb and crap. I'll tell you that right now. We can't keep clinging to something outside of us, hoping that it's going to save us, because nothing is going to save us but this inner shadow work, this inner alignment. And so where have you sacrificed your truth in order to get what you think that you need, in order to just be fed crumbs and still be begging for more? And so when we love ourselves first, when we anchor ourselves into our authentic truth, everything flows in our life. And it doesn't mean that there's no more challenges. There's always challenges, there's always emotions, there's always another layer. And when it comes to grief, there's always that underlying grief, but it's how do you work through the energies? Are you able to sit with it, feel it, let it pass through you, and then rise above it into these higher frequencies? And so I feel a lot of truth coming forward as to where we've not honored our highest. And so later in the week, when the sun conjuncts Mercury, I do think communication is very much likely being brought to the forefront. But when it comes to all of this confusion, there's this big pressure cooker energy, I feel, washing over the divine masculine to make a decision right now. It's time to take action right now, which I feel is creating this fear, this panic, and doubt when it comes to the right choice for the masculine and the energies this week. I feel this is set to be a week of reconnections, full on communication, and we're going to want to be grounded. We're going to want to be rooted in our truth and in our highest soul frequency resonance. And so I feel the energies are enabling us to reopen up the channels of communication. And let's face it, the heart is always speaking to us. Love talks, the heart talks. And so I think things are opening up, progression within these connections, and communication is likely, and a reconnection is likely this week. And so I know things have been feeling very uncertain. I know many of the feminines are fed up with being treated like crap and being breadcrumbed and being gaslit and manipulated. And I know I talked to several feminines and we're just done. It's this energy of done. If you can't come forward and give me what the heck I deserve, keep on moving. It is a big, big message. And so I kind of feel we're being asked to be led by our intuition this week, no matter how uncertain the energies are. I do feel a lot of telepathy has been coming through. I know for myself it has been. A lot of dreams, For me, the dreams, it's been spider webs and spiders the last couple of days. So I feel like all of this karmic webbing is coming undone. And it's this Black Widow energy is kind of what I want to say when it comes to this supernatural connection. And so the last few weeks have been very, very difficult for many of us. Our moods have been shifting rapidly as we go deeper into this integration process. And so at the end of the week, when Venus moves into Cancer, this is going to shift a lot of energies. It's going to be an intimate inner world experience. All of our emotional wants and needs are coming to the surface, and where they have not been met, and facing those challenges surrounding emotional intimacy and emotional vulnerability. Cancer Venus in Cancer is bringing that emotional vulnerability. And so the energy can really help us open up our hearts. But we have to be willing to work through any ego-based fears that have prevented us from being worthy of this divine connection. And so love, sentimentality, and I feel the energy can be very touchy. And any buildup of any past resentments are returning to be dealt with, so we can find that solution. Do not go chasing after your divine counterpart is a big message. But I was shown like the anointing, the crowning of the counterparts. And so I feel we are resolving this on the inside first in order for that physical union. So get ready to open up to higher states of alignment, to resolve any blockages, and to make sure that you are loving and honoring yourself in all aspects of your life. Because I do feel the masculine is being pressured by this deep need and want, which is creating fear. And so when we don't need them, and I don't need a man, that's for sure. Anything a man can provide for me, I've already given to myself. So it is this energy of get ready to attract an equal. And that will draw the divine masculine closer in the energies this week. So I think get ready to embrace a lot of self-care for the week ahead, guys. It's a week of self-care, going within. No matter what your outer atmosphere is trying to pull you into, do not get dragged in to drama. We have several retrogrades taking place that are pushing us along with the super full moon to go deep, to face these challenges, to reach a state of harmony. And so anything can be manifested in our reality, but we have to believe we are truly worthy of what it is that we've been asking for. And so it's been a very intense several weeks for many of us. And I feel it's this make or break it energy. And I feel we need to believe that we deserve this. So, you know, it goes without saying, how you treat yourself always teaches others how to treat you. So how are you treating yourself? And if you're not treating yourself well, then maybe it's time to correct that. Maybe it's time to fix that. And especially to deal with where you've not honored yourself in the past, and to hold space for yourself, and to hold space for your counterpart, because the energies are like thick as molasses. There's been a lot of illumination when it comes to cutting some karmic cords in the energies. And this Capricorn full moon is coming in with no mercy, is what I'm feeling. So I will go into depth with all of these very intense energies throughout the week during the daily messages. I will do a very in-depth full moon reading for you all. But let's jump in with the cards, guys, and see what needs to come through for the twins for the week ahead. But before jumping in, I wanted to talk about this elephant energy. So my grandmother collected elephants, and it is this energy of, hey, let's talk about that big elephant in the room. And so I know that's how I feel. I feel like this big elephant in the room that nobody really wants to talk about, but you can feel me there, and you can't ignore the big elephant in the room. And I love this card. So it's a fire element and third eye energy, and then the fire. So this is a very auspicious time, is what I'm feeling. And I know my grandmother is my guardian angel. And a 7-11 of all days was her passing. 7-11. 7, the number of the mystic. 11, the number of twin flame union. And so I do feel many of us are connecting with a mother figure on the other side, whether it's a grandmother, great-grandmother, a mother figure of some sort that is guiding us to clear the mother line within our family. And so the elephant does represent wisdom. And I was feeling, you know, all of these intense energies connected to my grandmother yesterday, and all of the stories she used to tell me of her life, of the family. And I feel, you know, and she told me all of those family secrets in order to destroy the old way of being and to face all of these obstacles to get me unstuck. And so I do think the pathway is opening up. The pathway is going to be crystal clear very, very soon. And I feel you know, we got to be careful of not creating obstacles. You know, the universe is always serving to steer us in the right direction, and we need to trust that whatever is being illuminated, this is the pathway to self-development. And so I feel the feminine is very loving, very generous at this time, and also feeling a little bit misunderstood when it comes to the divine masculine and this fated connection. And so we're being asked to trust in the messages we've been receiving. I'm actually getting a very awful wave of nausea at the moment. And so ground, I do feel good fortune is coming for the divine feminine. And there is this this fire being illuminated for the divine feminine. So let's jump in with some cards. I am going to pull into the divine masculine. Ooh, we got the horse. And we got the crocodile. So I feel the masculine too is coming into some awareness with the horse of some sneaky people in and around him is kind of what I'm feeling. And so we're going to see what energies need to come through with the spirit animal deck for the divine masculine. Beautiful, the hawk. So a higher perspective. Oh my goodness. We got the rabbit, the hummingbird, the shark, the lion, and the starfish. So I feel the hummingbird too. I love that energy. My grandmother was very fond of hummingbirds. So the rabbit too, the energy is very fertile. I also feel too much matters around sex. A lot of these masculines go towards, you know, some very distorted connections. They're all focused on sex and power and control. And I feel releasing that contract because the energy is fertile. And I do feel the masculine is being, you know, haunted by some negative forces with the shark energy. Really learning to get that higher perspective with the lion, and we are preparing for that Lionsgate portal. So the lion is a leader, a protector, and so let's look into the lion energy. It's also fire, and so many of the feminines have been so very patient, waiting for the rise of the masculine to step into his regalness with the feminine. And I feel as the feminine steps into complete mastery and the epitome of peace and strength, the masculine is learning how to not be so serious and withdrawn. And so I feel ultimately having to face his mistakes and where he has been aloof within these connections, where he has wasted his energy and his resources is coming up to be addressed and gaining that higher perspective. And so the hummingbird, I feel, is this beautiful energy of the feminine kind of coming through. I feel a lot of spiritual energy surrounding the masculine when it comes to this curiosity of wanting to learn something new. I also feel the karmic energy is being very pushy, very insistent, very sharp, lacking all kinds of class for sure. And, you know, really wanting to be aggressive with the masculine and create all of these imbalances. And the masculine is being asked to rise above, to go through this purification process. And with the hawk energy, it is similar to the eagle. And so this all-seeing, pervasive energy, and I feel a lot of divine messages. It is the messenger of divinity. And so I feel the masculine is starting to see clearly, to use his intuition in the energies, and a major perspective shift when it comes to seeing all of this suspicious energy around him. And so I also feel with the water element, the starfish and the shark. Let's have a look at the water element here. The starfish represents, and bear with me guys, this is not one of my decks that I use often. And so although the karmic energy was alluring, she's very superficial and shallow. And so I feel the masculine coming into terms of just how shallow he's been in that contract. And, you know, a lot of these karmics put a spell over the masculine, and they make the masculine feel like they need him, to be reliant on him. And I feel the masculine's really forgotten his deeper calling because of this shallowness of this karmic entity and this people-pleasing energy. And so I do feel there's a lot of gossip surrounding the masculine at this time. I do feel he's feeling very empty He doesn't have any positive friends in his life. He's feeling very trapped in that situation, especially with the shark energy. And I feel there's exposure. There's exposure when it comes to revealing the true nature and desire of the karmic energy. And so if the masculine doesn't acknowledge this, I do think he's in deep danger. And he needs to release this hesitancy when it comes to being honest, because that karmic is sneaky, is destructive, although captivating and mysterious. The masculine cannot keep pretending there is nothing wrong. It's time to start talking about that big elephant in the room. And so it's this encircling negativity, and the masculine is being asked to rise above and to not be so concerned with these sexual matters. And so I don't know what Savvy is going on about in the background. She's watching her sonic videos. So we're going to dig into the feminine, beautiful dolphin and bat moth. So we've got some beautiful energies coming through for the feminine, the dolphin energy. Dolphins mate for life. I also feel the feminine is reaching that highest resonance of her frequency, calling the masculine back home. And if I could find the dolphin energy, we're going to read that real quick for you guys. Of course, I can't find it. Who are you talking to? Oh, I just got the look. Okay, so the feminines are coming into a lot of their cosmic intelligence. A lot of us are healers, and so I think get ready to receive your blessings. Many of the feminines, too, may be even more drawn to the healing arts and the energies this week. We're very sensitive to the subtle energies working at the spiritual level. So many of us are leveling up on our spiritual journey this week, Divine Feminine. And we need to stop underestimating the impact we're here to make in this world. And so we're playing a very important role when it comes to the wheel of karma. So basically, whenever somebody comes in contact with the Divine Feminine, it does change the entire trajectory of somebody's life. A lot of the feminines are these collectors of karma. And I feel a profound blessing is on the way for the Divine Feminine. We are actively healing. We have a very strong spiritual practice in place, and people need to stop underestimating us, is what I feel. So I think get ready to call in some like-minded spiritual connections this week. And we're going to look into the bat. Of course, I believe it's an air element. If I can find it. Yeah, it is an air element. And then the moth. So, you know, you're not going to want to be impulsive this week, Divine Feminine. You're not going to want to be hasty. And I feel this big message of the grass sure as hell was not greener on the other side. The masculine's shiny little karmic object has really turned into a big disappointment, a burnout, and a lot of complexities. And so that illusion is being shattered. And so many of us go through this period of trials and tribulations, 7 years of trials and tribulations. And so I feel there's this wrath surrounding the masculine with the moth. And it's kind of time to close out that cycle. And so when it comes to the bat energy coming through, oh dear. This is letting go of the darkness. So many of the feminines are releasing the death and really stepping into this rebirth energy. We are rising out of the darkness. We are stepping into self-mastery is the energy coming through, and we are closing out this old chapter, closing of a door, closing and ending, and swiftly moving on into this new cycle. A new day is dawning for the Divine Feminine. Then look at that, the unicorn. So that's been coming up a lot, unicorns. I absolutely love unicorns. This is a very spiritual energy, and so the twins are reconnecting to their higher wisdom and our purest divinity. And although sometimes it can be difficult to see the pathway forward or to question if all of this is real, it truly is. This has existed, this has been going on, and this contemplation needs to be released. We need to embrace this relationship with our divinity. We need to really lean into our intuition and trust it. Trust it. A higher love, a higher power is coming, and the mind wants us to hesitate between yes and no and maybe. And so are you ready to say yes? because this is not just woo-woo. This is a deep spiritual quest of exploration that we came here to dive into, and sometimes it can be inexplainable. The mind's eye knows there is something so much more beyond our regular mundane lives, and so we're tapping into these deeper dimensions of our life experiences, and we are reaching further than we ever have before. And so the sixth chakra, I do feel the third eye chakra activations have been residing within the collective. And so this is where we command our center, we command our power, and we believe in our intellect and our intuition and this deep spiritual wisdom that is being gifted to us. So a lot of third eye future visions as well are coming through for the collective. And so let's keep going here, guys, and we're going to dig in with the past life lessons deck, twin soul inadequacy. And that ultimately is what prevents us from having that union in the physical, is the inadequacy issues. So both the feminine and the masculine are needing to release any feelings of inadequacy this week, or any shame acquired from these past life experiences, because we are here to have these unions and to raise the collective vibration. And so where are you needing to release any sense of lack in the energies this week? I'm not taking all of those. We're going to try that again. Because we all have the power to attract what we need in our lives. And we have to release all of these unhealthy habits first. So where are you needing to release this sense of lack, and to understand that you've always had the power to attract whatever it is that you need in your life, and the universe rewards our efforts, and there is a lot of karma playing out in the energies this week. So the second you release those unhealthy connections and those unhealthy habits is the second you will be blessed with that abundance. And so I also feel there's a lot of envy surrounding the feminine because of all the love she has to give and all the abundance that she's receiving. And so I feel a lot of karma is being released when it comes to these burdens that we have carried throughout many, many lifetimes, that are being asked to be acknowledged and released and healed this lifetime once and for all. So spend time reflecting on how you spend your time and how you care for yourself, and honor your physical vessel, because we are stepping into wealth. We are stepping into our angelic aura, our angelic presence, and our healing nature. But, you know, we kind of got to release that pride and that ego. So I think the masculine's challenge right now is the pride, the ego, and understanding the circumstances that he's facing in that karmic contract are because of these past life abuses. And so a lot is taking place. We're going to dig in with the Spiritual Journey Oracle deck. Yeah, so the Divine Masculine is deep in the wounding, in that very challenging karmic relationship, trying to break free from that soul tie, that soul bond, that soul agreement when it comes to these past life wounds, knowing the time is now to assert himself and to take that action forward. And so I feel this wounding is asking the masculine to be completely present in the energies. Geez, the cards are giving me a hard time today, aren't they? So manifestation. I feel we are manifesting what it is that we truly desire in our physical reality for the week ahead. And all of this heightened awareness is preparing us to journey towards fulfillment. So I think faith is what is required. Release any influences and take charge of your freaking destiny this week is a big message for the Divine Masculine. And so get ready for this new life. We are preparing for this new life. We are preparing for this new cycle, and something drastic is shifting below the surface. And I do feel there's going to be a lot of upheaval in order to prepare for this new life. So we're going to want to be mindful of any mental clutter. We're going to want to be careful of spending too much time up in our headspace for the week ahead, because the week is going to be very triggering. The masculine is definitely going to be put to the test in order to face his fears and all of these illusions of the mind. Definitely a triggering week, without a doubt. So let's jump in with some tarot. No, we're going to grab this deck. Let's jump in with some tarot, guys. And we're going to see what needs to come through for the Divine Masculine. White rabbit. You are the divine masculine's white rabbit, is what they want me to say. So he's deep in regret, focusing on the negative, definitely grieving the ending, the separation, trying to find the hidden blessings. This one. Okay. The dreamer. There's a reset. There is a fresh new start. There is a fresh new start, but the masculine is going to have to push his fears aside when it comes to having that conversation with the divine feminine. So Knight of Swords, Queen of Swords, Five of Cups, Two of Pentacles reversed. Realignment. A rebalancing. A lot of the masculines have been so focused on the negative or things not turning out how they anticipate if they come forward. Really, really struggling, I think, with self-forgiveness is a big one. But preparing to take decisive, driven action forward, focus. There's going to be an event or shakeup that moves the masculine towards the feminine with great speed this week, knowing that he's coming in facing that Queen of Swords. Not going to be an easy conversation. But I feel a major change, unexpected communication, because the masculine is pushing his fears aside because he's done being bored and stuck in that imprisonment. He's done with the illusion of entrapment. He's working on finding his self-confidence. I think a lot of the masculines have been feeling helpless, afraid to take action, afraid to take responsibility because of, you know, all of the lies in the past and the lack of respect towards the feminine. And I do feel clear communication. And there's a lot of swords. So it's a lot of mental energy. And I do feel the masculines have recently gone through a huge loss. A huge material loss because of their dishonesty. And, you know, what goes around comes around. And there's definitely some embarrassing exposure. Humiliation is the pathway to compassion. And this is to restore a sense of balance when it comes to the lack of loyalty. They did not invest, and they played into conflict, challenges, opposing opinions. And they did not stand up for this connection. And I feel now they're walking away from that drama, from that bad investment. Could be an exposure of a cheating scenario for sure. It's over. And I feel the masculine's been hiding the fact that he's likely recently gone through a job loss, a huge financial loss in order for this karmic judgment. A lot of karma when it comes to resisting, releasing that false foundation. I feel total financial ruin for many of the masculines because of their lack of compassion, because of their lack of reciprocity and communication. And it's time for them to head in this new direction. It really is time to close out these cycles once and for all. So let's dig into the feminine judgment. Get ready for the masculine to come in and face that judgment with you to close out this cycle when it comes to these third-party interferences. So I think the feminine is coming into all of her blessings, and the masculine is kind of hitting that rock bottom. So we got the Knight of Wands reversed on the feminine side. The Fool. I'm pretty sure that was judgment. Faith. Ooh, the Emperor. The Knight of Wands reversed. So the masculine is coming. And he's not going to be inconsistent anymore. He's done with the player ways. He's done. He's done with playing games. The doorway of opportunity is opening up now. We have to talk about the false start. We do got to talk about that, I feel. But a lot of major arcana right here. The masculine is coming in with an offer, ready for that new beginning. His walls have been completely dropped. And I think because the feminine has moved on from the betrayal, and transformed her life, this is definitely bringing in a windfall of some sort. So Scorpio energy, Aries, Taurus, we got Leo, Aries, we got fire, we got earth. But I feel putting the past to bed once and for all, transforming. Another layer of ego death for sure has been taking place for many of the divine feminines. A release of the pain of, you know, the false start in the past. With the masculine's inconsistency, and once again a major realignment taking place, a truthful realignment. Get ready for some truth, some communication, a lot of expansion. That Capricorn full moon is expanding us beyond this stuckness, and the masculine will be coming out of hermit mode. He's been in this death energy for quite some time, and the feminine is birthing that brand new life. Get ready to receive your blessings, Divine Feminine. Everything you prayed for is coming on your doorstep. You know, there is going to be a rebalancing when it comes to, you know, that lack of wish fulfillment the first time around. And the masculine is definitely deep in his emotions when it comes to that karmic entity and moving on from it, leaving her out in the cold. So a lot of Kundalini life force activations have been taking place. A lot of expansion. A lot of release of lack mentality. The ghosting needs to stop. The communication will be coming. I do feel that strongly as the masculine rises in his true benevolent authority for the week ahead. So let's get some illumination oracle messages and see what needs to come through. Life partnership. So get ready for some big changes. Some big changes are coming this week, and we are manifesting these life partnerships. And the divine masculine can no longer keep hiding this truth. There's going to be a lot of exposure when it comes to the lies, the deception, the manipulation. And I feel we're all just kind of being asked to disconnect and relax this week. And to be patient as the universe rebalances this situation. Because some things are being released. Change is coming. And the masculine has been hiding the truth of just how deeply he misses you. So I kind of feel divine timing. I got a cat hair in my eye. The joys of 4 cats. So definitely vulnerability and seizing that new opportunity. I feel a lot of the masculines maybe packed up and moved recently as part of their growth and expansion for this fresh start. So get ready because blessings are coming. Marriage is coming. Life partnerships are coming. A rebalancing is coming as the masculine finds his determination to come forward and to tell you, hey, it's over. I'm done with that toxicity. I'm done with that unhealthy relationship, any addictions. And let's spend some time together is kind of what I'm feeling. So let's just get a couple last oracle messages with the Twin Flame Oracle deck. What else can you tell me about the week ahead, please? Awakening. Yeah, there is a major awakening, and the masculine is awakening to his mission, I feel. And that's it. Awakening, warriors of light. So we are coming into wholeness. I feel the feminine has balanced her internal masculine and feminine energies because we hold the key, divine feminine. And so our blueprint holds the key for this reunion. So you're going to want to get grounded. You're going to want to balance the energies. And the masculine is becoming consciously aware of this connection, of this mission. And we're going to want to share it ourselves because we are shifting out of difficulty. And we are stepping into 5D love. So follow the synchronicities, guys. Trust in the synchronicities for the week ahead. We'll get a couple last messages from the divine masculine to the feminine. What does the masculine secretly want the feminine to know about where he is at this week? I'm reminded of you constantly. I remember the haunting. I feel he's being haunted morning, noon, and night with your name, the number sequences. I just feel like you're constantly in his energy field, and it's really pushing him forward to have that communication. Any other messages, please? Thank you. So I feel, yeah, this separation and being apart has been life-changing. And so I feel he's really working on figuring things out as he completely closes out the karmic contract and coming in with that apology for not doing right by you, knowing that he is a better person because of you. And let's face it, divine feminine, ain't nothing compared to you. Nothing compares to you. Hearing that song. Nothing compares to you. So I think divine feminine, do not take what happened personally. The masculine's got his own issues, as do we. But I feel a big question of how could you still love him after all that he's done? But definitely feeling and facing the consequences of his actions this week, because bottom line is his mind and his heart always comes back to you. And I think that can no longer be denied. He's definitely not the same person that you remember. He's coming back honest. because he wishes he would have been more honest in the past about how he was feeling about you at the time. And he's thought about you a lot lately, definitely, and he knows that you are home to him. And so coming home, like I said in the beginning, the grass was not greener on the other side, and the masculine is facing the consequences of his actions, and I don't think it feels good. So you're going to want to come from a place of compassion this week. And you're going to want to release any negative energies as we shift out of these difficulties and we step into these fifth dimensional connections. So that's what I got, guys. I hope this helped. I hope this resonated. If you would like to book a personal or a twin soul reading, check out that description box below. And I look forward to seeing you all again next time. Thank you.